We got Pork Chop really out here dancing. You could even see him from outside. He really getting it right now. He getting it so much that Doug comes into to his room and he can't even think. He can't even concentrate. He like, hey yo, Pork Chop, can you like put your headphones on, bro? Cause I can't concentrate on nothing right now. Pork Chop blah blah. He said, okay, cool, I'll put it on. I'm not gonna lie. Pork Chop has a mean two-step. Doug prepares to write in his journal, sharpens his pencil. Then he notices something. Hey, he notices that he does not see his journal. Pork Chop even stops, like, bro, I don't know where your journal at, bro. I don't know. Doug is trying to figure out where he misplaced his journal. He looks in the stash of papers next to his bed. He looks into his backpack. No journal. He looks under the bed. Pork Chop looks under the bed too. No journal. Where could this journal be? Where could you have misplaced it? Is it in your sock drawer? Is it in the cushion part of your bed? Is it in your closet? We don't know. It's not anywhere to be found. This can only mean one thing. It's lost, Doug. Doug just can't believe it's lost, so he is rummaging through everything in the closets of the house. He is freaking out. He is looking into every stack of paper, and Judy pops out. Doug confronts Judy like, hey man, have you seen my diary? And if you looked at it, bro, I'm gonna cream you. Judy like, bro, relax. You are stressed out, and puts two fingers in between his nose, and that looks crazy, bro. Don't ever touch his nose like that, Judy. That's violating. At this point, Doug is checking every place in the house, including the bathroom, including the toilet. And Judy realizes, yo, you are checking the most random spots right now. You are losing it right now. It's time to just relax, bro. Like, just chill, bro. It'll be okay. Doug, just go into bed, relax, go to sleep. Think about this in the morning. Maybe you'll have an idea of where you may have left it. But Doug can never let his brain rest because of his anxiety of him losing his journal and him thinking the worst is going to happen with his journal as he sees a metal stamping boot getting ready to stamp the pages out of his journal. We think he needs to say R.I.P. Sleeping on it was not a great idea. He even has more anxiety than before, but he decides to go ahead and try to retrace his steps where he was the day he lost his journal. Doug is literally trying to retrace his steps as he walks backwards, and Skeeter catches him and wants to know what's going on, and Doug tells him, yo, I lost my journal, so I have to figure out where I left it at. And Skeeter's like, cool, man, can I join you? So they went ahead and synchronizing walking backwards into the Honker Burger. So they end up at the drive-through part of the Honker Burger where you're supposed to place your orders. Doug is not placing the order. Doug is asking them if
anyone have seen a journal in the Honker Burger.
The lady in the drive-thru says,
we have not seen your diary anywhere. Can I interest you in a 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 biggie bag?
After being let down at the Honker Burger, they retraced their steps back to the library. And it was Doug asked the librarian, hey, have you seen a book? And the librarian is saying, yo, this is a library. This is full of books. There's plenty of books here. You need to be more specific. Doug realizes he needs to narrow it down and lets the librarian know, yo, this is a journal. This is like something that's personal. Doug gets upset again because the librarian called his journal a diary. He's very, very touchy about that. Doug will spaz out over his journal being called a diary. So now they're at the school, and Doug is worried that he might have actually left his journal in the school. He's freaking out. Anybody could have access to his journal if it's left here. Doug carefully walks to the school where he notices everybody laughing, and he's immediately paranoid that somebody read his journal. Mrs. Wingo noticed Doug looking a little flustered and went over to comfort him. Doug lets her know, hey, I'm kind of upset. I lost my journal. Miss Wingo, try to spread some positivity, saying, hey, maybe it'll turn up, maybe somebody will find it. Doug is saying, yo, I'm kind of afraid of somebody finding this journal. I have a lot of stuff in there that I don't want nobody to know about. But Mrs. Wingo looked at some of the best authors actually had their journals published. So for a brief moment in time, Doug is actually looking on the bright side about this situation, thinking maybe his journal would be published and he would become famous. Doug is walking and spots Patty at the locker, and Patty walks up to Doug saying, is everything okay? And Doug lets Patty know, yo, I lost
my journal.
And Patty is saying,
yo, that's crazy, bro. I hope nobody find it. They could find your deepest, darkest secrets about you. I guess it could be bad for you, bro. And
let's Patty know, yo, that's, I was hoping I'd get some kind of comfort from this situation. But Patty wishes Doug's journal situation the best. In another attempt to find his journal, Doug is placing signs for his missing journal all over Bluffington, on anything that you can hang a paper on, even a light pole, a birdhouse, a mailbox. Somebody need to find this journal. This is serious. Doug is trying to keep his optimism and wishes that he had his journal that he can write down all the crazy stuff that's been happening. He tries to open up another journal and write in it, but it does not feel right. It does not feel the same. Oh, and I didn't know Doug was left-handed, by the way. Doug is in such a rut. He is even writing on toilet paper. This man is sick about his journal. Nothing is filling the void. As Doug is weeping over his journal, Judy lets Doug
know that somebody's on the phone for you, and I think somebody found your journal.
So Doug is ecstatic. He hops over the banister like a G. And
Judy lets him know that Roger Klotz hides your journal.
That is the worst person that should be having your journal. He's imagining him going on a open mic night and literally reading his journal page by page, the most embarrassing things that you can simply read about somebody. And this fear is actually legit. It's actually valid, because Roger would actually do something like this. He would actually air out all your dirty laundry just for the fun of it, just for his entertainment and the entertainment of others. So it's almost sunset, and Doug pulls up to the Hunker Burger with pork chop. This is the meetup location where Roger wants to give Doug the journal. And Roger is sitting there looking kind of let down. And Doug doesn't know what to expect. He thinks he already read his journal. I guess you read everything. You read all my most embarrassing secrets and things. I'm sure you just can't wait to tell everyone. But Roger is letting Doug know, yo, relax, Doug, relax. I didn't read your journal. And you know why? I didn't read your journal because I could not read anything in your journal, because you write like a chicken. I wasn't trying to do you no favors, Doug. I just could not read it. You write like chicken scratch. This is trash. I can't read this. So you can take it back. I have no use for it anymore. I'm gone, bro. Do you guys think Roger was really telling the truth that he could not read the journal? Or was he really doing Doug a favor? Let me know in the comments. Doug is now back at the crib where he has his lucky journal. He gets to write in. He gets to write in all the crazy things that have happened to him over the course of a day. And Pork Chop is still breakdancing.